Let me tell you this story. I Before I got into this game, I it was a process, a mental process. So I'm hanging out with my girl. I think we went to dinner. We're in San Francisco and we're hanging out, Fisherman's Wharf, and before we go home, she asked me. She says, "Do you want to go to the spot?" I'm like, "Of course." I know what you're thinking. Heading down to the beach, Makeout Point, Nob Hill, Coit Tower. My spot was, let's just put it like this. She starts driving, she pulls over, she lets me drive. And the reason she let me drive is because where we're gonna go, I need to see certain things. And if she drives, I gotta look over her to see what I need to see. So of course we go down all the way to the end of Market Street. We make a right, make a U-turn, and we pull up across the street. And you look over to the left, and this picture a restaurant surrounded in glass. The dining room is glass, there's a wall, and the kitchen's glass. And it was like watching TV, pretty much. You can see people walk in, people get seated, see everyone in their white chef jackets, they're running around. It's like a silent movie almost. The hairs on the back of my neck stand up, anticipation. It's almost like I wasn't breathing at a certain degree. And we sit there for an hour or so, and she says, why don't you just go and apply or go, you know. And she doesn't finish, and I just kind of look at her like, I can't go work there. Like, everyone had on the chef jacket, chef hats. Anyway. I think what she wasn't aware of is that even though me and her was in a relationship, I had a special relationship with my homeboy. Not like that, but my homeboy's named Fear. Me and Fear go way back. I mean, we're tight like this. I've always been afraid of the unknown in my life. Like, I don't do certain things because I don't know what's gonna happen. If I can't control it, I don't do it. So we're looking at service and we're looking at everything. We decide to go home. We take off, whatever. So this happened over a period of weeks, and I realized that what can I do to get into that establishment to do my thing? I don't know what to do, but I figure, you know what? Maybe if I go to culinary school, there's a possibility, might be. But the game plan is, I'm gonna do as much as I can and get myself strong enough that if I apply for a prep cook, dishwasher, anything to get into that place, I need to be able to make it happen, no matter what. You know, time go on. I work little odd jobs in restaurants, salad person, prep person, helping out doing dishes, whatever it took. But in the back of my mind, I knew that I had to get into that restaurant. I don't care, come hell or high water, I had to get into that restaurant. I ended up getting into culinary school. Went in early, left late. And I bump into my really good friend now, David. You probably have to go to San Francisco to meet him. But anyway, my boy David, we become real good friends in the culinary school. And I tell him about this restaurant that I've been eyeballing, and he's like, what's the address? I give him the address. He's like, I work there. I'm like, jeez. I lost it. I was done. I'm like, dude, like, you got to get me in. What can I do? Whatever. He's like, tell you what. come in and work with me, prep with me in the morning, and then the chef can see what you can do, and I can get you in. I'm like, yeah, whatever. He's like, I'm dead ass serious. I'm serious, bro. So he keeps telling me to come in, and I wait a week. I'm putting it off. My homeboy Fear talking in my ear like, man, dude, you can't do it. Leave it alone. That's out of your lane. So he's like, look, I've been asking you for a week or two. Look, just meet me here, and we'll go down together the whole night. So he was coming from like the Fillmore area, so you'll catch a 15, and the 15 had to pass my house to get down to One Market. So he said, I'm gonna stick my head out the window so you know I'm on the bus so you can get on. So I'm waiting at the bus stop. He's, hey, get on. I jump on with him. I'm nervous, like I'm sweating, like I got a fever, I got a flu. I get in the bus, we get Dap, how you doing, bro? What's going on? And we finally get off the bus. And we walk in there, and I never forget, walking in the back door was the smell of produce. I don't know, like, it was like, I guess all the produce came in, so I guess it was like produce. Someone had on some cologne, maybe a perfume or something. Linen, like cloth napkins I smelled. So anyway, we get in and he's like, put your stuff here the whole night. And this is all new to me. I've never been in a professional kitchen my entire life. I mean, I worked at a few little restaurants, but it was nothing like this. And I'm nervous, I'm scared, but I'm okay. So he walks me up, he introduced, I mean, there's probably close to 10, probably 15 people in the kitchen. 3, 6, 9, 12, about 15 people. Hey, this is Al, he's working with me today, blah, blah, blah. Chef de cuisine, executive chef, sous chef. So anyway, I finally get in, he's showing me around, and I'm at a cold line with him, and the cold line had a oyster station, the middle lead guy, and then the salad guy. And when I stand at the oyster station, and I knew how to shuck oysters and everything, I literally felt like I'm inside the TV. Like I'm looking out. I'm in the TV whereas before I was looking at the TV. It was like a surreal moment. Like, how did I get in here? Like, what did I do to get in here? And I haven't been the same since. I haven't been the same since. And, shouts out to my boy D, and you guys would definitely have to meet him, but he gave me that shot. He came and he said, just let me show you what to do. I just need you to do this. Have a good attitude, knock it out, move on to the next project, and you'll be fine. And I was so intimidated. I mean, everyone was just running circles around me. And I just kept my head down, kept quiet. And I was so drained when I got done from work. I think that time I was a senior, so I think we worked that morning. We left at 2 o'clock. I think school started at 3 or 3:30, something like that. Anyway, we left out after lunch, ate lunch, went to school. After school, went home, did the whole thing over again. And I went in to do that stage on Thursday. I went in again on Friday. Went in again on Saturday. And I just kept going in. I went in every day. And I went in the following week on Tuesday. And the chef said, I need to talk to you in my office. And I'm thinking, worst case scenario, I'm fired. And he said, I love the way you work. I love the energy you bring to the table. We want to bring you on full time. Dude, my eyes got watery. I mean, I kept it together, but I almost had a nervous breakdown. I was just like, damn. He said, can you start tomorrow? And I think graduation was that week. And then I'm like, nah, I can't start tomorrow because I graduate. And then he says, can you come in the following day? My parents are in town. He was like, well, when you get done with all that, just be here by Monday. You know the routine, what have you. And my homeboy Fear gave me a break. He gave me a break that time. I mean, if I didn't get on that bus and went down there with him. And ever since then, Fear has always been there in my life, but I realized that I just got to keep him in check. I know it's there, and that was a big hurdle for me. The second hurdle was getting hired to go to Vegas, and that's a whole different story, but yeah.
How long from that first Dodge, how many days did it take for you to feel like you belonged there?
The funny thing with me is that no matter, when I'm in an environment that I know what's going on, that's when I train. School, I was training, meaning I would work on weekends. We had continuing education classes, so I helped the chefs, my own time. Anybody needed any catering help, anything, I was always available. Because my thought was like, once I get into that restaurant, it's about what you know. It's who you know. Who you know got me in. But what you know is going to help me keep that job. I felt I was maybe 2 months after that stage. I think I staged for maybe a week or so, and then I got the job. After that first month, it was over. You couldn't stop me. I was literally unstoppable. Anybody called in sick, they called me first. I was averaging 40 hours of OT. I was working more hours than the sous chef, but I wanted to be there. Like, I loved being there. I loved that job. It was such a big restaurant, such a big kitchen. We had our own butcher, our own pastry department, a front line, back line, steam kettles to do banquets. Garde Manger was almost like a small restaurant itself, so it was just, yeah, I knew this was it. This is definitely it.